The Marionette's theater was a relic, forgotten by time and condemned by the city 15 years ago after an unexplained electrical fire during a children's matinee. No casualties, no official cause, just smoke, silence, and a curtain that never rose again. It stood at the edge of Hollow Street, its facade cracked like old porcelain, the name carved above the entrance in flaking gold paint. The Marionettes, the second word missing entirely, consumed by ivy and decay. Detective Elias Vex parked a block away, eyeing the building through a misted windshield. Something about the theater made his fingers twitch. Memories half-formed of red curtains and tiny wooden dolls swaying on string. He'd never been here before, but something in his bones recoiled, as if his body remembered a trauma his mind had buried. The theater didn't hum with life like the library had. It waited, like a trap half-sprung. Vex stepped into the fog, flashlight gripped tight, hand hovering near the holster on his belt. The city behind him felt miles away now. This wasn't Arcus Vale, not anymore. This was the killer's world. The front doors creaked open at the slightest touch. Inside, time had stopped. Velvet seats covered in dust, torn stage curtains, a chandelier above that hung crooked. One of its chains snapped and curled like a noose. The air was thick with mildew and something else. Varnish, old and sweet, like it had been reapplied recently. But why? He made his way down the center aisle, flashlight cutting a path through the gloom. Then he saw it. Center stage. A single spotlight, flickering, impossibly still working, illuminated a scene that made his blood run cold. A mannequin stood at the edge of the stage, dressed in a child's ballet outfit, arms outstretched on wires. Above it, thick cords hung from the rafters like tendrils, suspending more mannequins, 6 in total, dangling in twisted, lifeless poses. One of them twitched, swinging slightly, as if recently disturbed. Vex stepped onto the stage. His boots echoed sharply on the wooden boards. He moved closer to the ballerina mannequin and saw the string around its wrist was tied with a small bell, rusted, but still faintly chiming in the breeze from a broken window. Pinned to the mannequin's back was another card, the 10 of clubs. He flipped it. The back was smudged with fingerprints, real ones, human, and written in that familiar, slicing red script. How do you make a puppet dance, Elias? Easy. You find what moves them. A soft whimper cut through the silence. Vex froze. He scanned the mannequins again. One of them, a figure in a white suit, face painted like a mime, shuddered slightly. A twitch, not mechanical, alive. Vex drew his weapon, aiming at the figure. "Don't move," he said low, firm. Another sob. He stepped forward slowly, carefully, until he reached the mannequin. He grabbed its wrist, warm. The paint on its face was makeup, cheap, caked on to disguise trembling skin. Beneath the bowler hat was a real scalp, sweating, trembling, a man. Gagged, duct tape wrapped around his head. Vex tore it off. The man gasped like a drowning victim, mouth wide with panic. He put me up here. He said if I moved, he'd cut my throat." "Who?" Vex hissed, scanning the catwalk above. Empty. For now. He had a mask, a porcelain mask, like a doll's, the man stammered. He whispered in my ear. Said I had a role to play. Said he liked you, detective. Vex's heart skipped. This wasn't just a murder spree. It was a show, with actors, properties, scenes, and he was being written into it. He helped the man down, cutting the wires that bound him. Something clattered to the stage floor, a small box wrapped in red silk. It had been taped beneath the mannequin's platform. Vex opened it carefully. Inside, A glass eye. Artificial. Medical grade. The iris was green, almost luminous, and etched into the pupil, almost invisible. The eye never blinks. And beneath it, another note. You've saved the extra. Good. Now let's see if you can save the star. Next act, the forgotten chapel. Midnight. Come alone, or she dies screaming. Attached to the note was another photo, the woman again. But this time, her left eye was swollen shut, blood on her temple. A tear caught mid-fall. This wasn't escalation, it was evolution. And Elias Vex knew he wasn't hunting the killer. The killer was crafting him.